Welcome to the Knuckleheads of Liberty.
The FBI has put out a memo that talks about targeting people, I guess, look like they have, um, I guess, icons or imagery, whatever, that might be anti-government, and suddenly that labeling them as maybe violent extremists. I guess if they see that, and boy, isn't that scary? And of course. A lot of these are images that may venerate even the founding fathers, which I guess now are violent extremists in the eyes of our FBI. And it almost sounds like the FBI now are a bunch of redcoats working for King George, trying to collect taxes. Oh no. Well, what do you guys think about this? I mean, this is pretty scary, that they're using imagery that's near and dear to liberty-minded people, and saying that they're the enemy, essentially.
Well, you've got this. You have the bureaucracy calling the people who pay their salaries, enemies. I mean, just think about it. Bureaucracy has a war on people. It just does. I don't know how. Maybe Leon's got a deeper explanation on that one, but it's just kind of simple to me. There's the bureaucracy has a war on people, a war on citizens.
Yeah, but you see, this is the problem. These people do not believe that they have to follow the tenets of our Constitution. I mean, most of what we're talking about here are free speech items. Something about whatever you want to put on a T-shirt, or whether you want to display a flag. It's all protected speech, and they're trying to tell us these are acts of terrorism, or acts of an extremist. But these are all protected speech. The only thing that we know that is not protected is if you're trying to incite violence of some kind. That is not protected, obviously. Or we can't go in a crowded theater and shout fire. We know those things are not protected. But all of these things, the flag or something on your shirt or whatever or some organization you belong to, these are freedom of association and protected speech. But these people do not believe that they have to follow the tenets of the Constitution. They have to define who an extremist is, and then they have to go after him. It go back to the first topic we were talking about. Who will be next? They're going to define some Trump supporter or some one of us as an extremist, and they'll think they could go after us, regardless of the fact that we are supposed to be protected by our Constitution. And this is where these people are just going off the rails. The hands of the FBI are turning up in too many dirty things. We spoke about this before. The Greta Whitmire fake kidnapping, the Trump Russia collusion nonsense, and on the list go. And now we have the raid and the Mar-a-Lago raid. All of it shows one thing. The FBI is turning up in too many dirty acts in the United States. And we got to be careful about it. This is supposed to be law enforcement. What are we talking about here? If we are not in a constitutional republic, then where are we? Where?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think, isn't this sort of an inevitable outcome, though, of gargantuan growth of government? I mean, you start getting so many ridiculous laws. You get these massive agencies that have more and more things that they have to regulate, and in the end, I think this is almost inevitable that you're going to wind up having more and more things to police the citizens over, and quite frankly, I think that's a big part of the reason we're so divided as a country right now. I mean, government is in every aspect of our lives, and it's like you vote for these things every few years, maybe, and when you win, or whatever the outcome is at the polls, it's either one side sort of wins on everything or they lose on everything, and at least that's the way I think a lot of people feel, and inevitably that's just sort of the way when you just keep making government bigger and bigger. What do you guys think? I mean, is this just sort of something that's just inevitable when government just gets to be huge?
Well, we've got a political party that is essentially views the government as the religion. We've seen the way they responded to January 6th. Their temple was attacked, right? Sacred ground. They literally called it their sacred ground was attacked. They view these things as their temple. And
And people like AOC and Pelosi as their priests.
Yeah. And when you're dealing with that for these people, well, you're attacking our religion, so you must, damn the blasphemers, right? It's
Yes.
it's the same thing. It really is the same thing. Purge the blasphemers, you blasphemer, right? It's the same thing. We've gone way over the edge, and now they have an enforcement arm. It's like the old Catholic churches sending out I'm escaping. The name's escaping me right now. Leon's gonna kill me.
The Inquisition or something.
Yeah. Oh, they're sending off the enforcement guys. I know the name, and it's gonna in an hour. It's gonna come to me, and I'm gonna feel terrible.
30 lashes.
30 lashes for that, James.
The self-flagging guys go self-flag me for a while. But the point is that we might as well be a witch in Salem, witch trials, right? If you're a liberty-minded person, you're a witch. You're a witch.
Yeah.
And what do you do? Well, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just sitting here. So, well, you're violent because you have that flag. Because you have a "Don't tread on me" flag. You're now violent. Yep. Yes. Words of violence now, right? That's what they said.
You're an extremist. You're an extremist.
No, you're not just an extremist, Leon. You're a violent extremist. Because of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know something here, though. Look at what is happening. Jason, you just raised the issue of this gigantic government. But look at what is happening. Too many citizens can live their lives, their normal daily lives, and they can break the law without even knowing it. Because of the fact government have grown so much. There are laws that regulate so much of our lives now at the local level, state level, and of course the federal level, which is probably the worst. You can live your life, a normal life, without even trying to break the law, but you could end up breaking the law because there are rules regulating so much of our lives. So we got to be careful here. How big are we going to let this government become? Yeah. Are they going to squeeze our liberties all to nothing before we start to say, oops, we got a problem? No, we got a problem right now. We got to start looking at where our liberties are going and what we're going to do about it.
What, a decade ago, some guy wrote a book. 3 felonies a day? The average person commits 3 felonies a day.
Yeah, you see, there you go.
Well, and that's the problem. This is the problem too. I mean, the government gets big and complex, and it's very difficult for the average person to be able to keep up with it all. Only those concentrated interests really can spend the time making sure they understand it all, and that's why our tax code, quite frankly, is so complex.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, always.